Okay, we're going to do a tutorial right now on the billing tab from the customer page. And here's the way this works. Now it's important to note this is an in-house account. If this was not an in-house account, it would not let me click recurring or customer vault. Only the one-time charge would be available. Reason for that is this account doesn't belong to you if you're selling it to someone else, and so we don't allow you to go making recurring charges on there at this time. Something we're reviewing as a possibility down the road. But for right now, I'll show you this. You can do invoice option where you can put in their information and you can send them an invoice. You can do automatic clearinghouse. This is where you would put in their name on their account, the bank name, routing and account number, whether it's checking or savings, personal or business, all that information. But for this tutorial, I'm going to use myself as a credit card. I'm going to pretend like I am the customer. So you would put, it's a Visa, MasterCard, or whatever. Mine's a Visa. It's the way my name appears on the card. Then I put my card number in. Since I've already put that in and it's saved there, it's actually putting this in as though it's a password so that people can't just see that for security purposes. Expiration date is October 2017. On this particular card, you would put whatever it is on the customer. Billing frequency, you can do monthly, quarterly, or annually. And then we put in the billing amount. I just used $1.53 for some reason, whatever. Billing day of the month, I'd put the 10th. And then I can update to save that information. Now, I could go ahead and do a one-time charge for anything like equipment or anything like that, or an activation fee or installation fee. You can always do that. But on this one, I'm going to go ahead and, since it's an in-house account, I'm allowed to do this. I'm going to create a recurring charge. Now, this website, the One Stop Portal, is going to actually speak to the NMI website through an API integration. So I'm going to say the first date that we're going to do it is tomorrow, which from the day I'm making this would be 2/10/2015. I'm just going to say test transaction. So I'm going to go ahead and create this in the NMI site. Now if you notice, if you come over here, David Graves does not show up on here. This Renee Jimenez is the most recent customer. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to create a billing subscription for myself. Oh, there's an error there. It says start date must be in the future. And so, oh, that's right, I got my dates wrong. Sorry about that. So let's do this. Let's say the 11th. So that little error there helped me to not make a mistake. So that error comes actually straight from NMI so that I know I'm doing it correctly. So now I'm going to create my recurring charge. I'm going to do it tomorrow as the 11th. Continue. And now, subscription added. That's a good sign. So now if I come over here and I'm going to refresh this page by hitting list subscription, and now boom, David Graves shows up on top of Renee Jimenez there for that amount of $1.53. So it just spoke to their site and went and created a billing subscription on behalf of that customer. Now the next thing you can do with this page, which is really nice, I know with other CRMs they do an internal transaction, so it might tell you that it worked, and then a couple of days later when the transaction is supposed to go through, it fails. So on your site, you're seeing complete, everything's good, when in fact it failed. We don't do it that way. We spent extra time and effort to actually integrate with NMI, so when you get this status complete, you can know that it was actually completed, that the money was transferred. If it says failed, that's because it actually failed. The reason why you know is because the information is coming from NMI, not just an internal thing. And lastly, the other thing that's kind of nice about this page is if you're doing e-contracts, you want to have all this information on the contract. Almost all funding providers require that you put all the billing information on the contract. So when you have the customer sign using our e-signature, all of this information is populated onto there for the billing, for your funding source to have. And then you don't have to mail in that information to your funding source. It's just done via e-contract. And that's how this page works. We like it a lot, and we hope you will too.